Hey guys, welcome to episode number 39. And today we're going to be talking to a really good friend of mine, Kristen O Conner Davis. And Kristen is actually here from Virginia Beach. This is where I met her. And her life has recently become an exciting whirlwind. Her husband is Jordan Davis, and anyone who loves country music out there, you've probably sung along to the song Singles You Up, which is number one on country music radio this year. So congratulations to you guys. That's so exciting.
Thank you. It has been quite a whirlwind. I never expected to be here, but it's been just a blessing and so fun and such an exciting adventure to be on together.
Well, awesome. Well, as everyone knows, I've interviewed thousands of women who don't go on crazy diets all the time. They just try to eat healthy. And so we like to hear their secrets of what have them have such an amazing body. And you can't really see her body that well in this, but I'm telling you, she has an amazing body. She's always been thin. And so let me ask you, tell us about the moment when you found out Jordan's song hit number one. What was that like for you guys?
Oh gosh, we were actually in Vegas for the ACM Awards, which are held every year, usually in Vegas. And we had gone out there a few days early, and so the charts officially closed on Sunday afternoon, but we found out the numbers were far enough in advance on Saturday that they were able to call it around Saturday at lunchtime. And so we got the phone call. We were sitting by the pool, like having a cocktail, and so Jordan got the call from his manager. And I mean, we knew it was a good chance, but it was a fight. It's you never know what's going to happen. Country radio is crazy and quirky. And so it was just so exciting. It was so fun to already be kind of in Vegas in a celebratory place. And we were there to have fun and celebrate with our friends in the country music world. And we were there with all of our, country music family, and they were all around us, and we got to have like a happy hour dinner that night with Jordan's record label and with his manager, and his manager's wife is one of my really close friends now. So we all got to celebrate together. So it was just a fun, crazy afternoon, and we got to call all of our parents, and it was just fun to put that news out there. And it's just been
so exciting. So he's from Louisiana, right?
Right. Yeah, he's from Shreveport, Louisiana.
So how did a Virginia girl like you meet a guy from Louisiana? How did that even happen?
We met, really serendipitously, like never should have met. We ran into each other literally in New Orleans, outside of New Orleans, actually. And
were you just vacationing there?
Yeah, I was just down there with some sorority sisters. He was down there, and we were in the same hotel and just kind of bumped into each other. And really, I lived in Virginia Beach at the time. I had no thought about the fact that I might ever leave Virginia Beach, really. Mm-hmm. And just met, and kind of their group of friends and my group of friends that we were with all just ended up kind of hanging out that afternoon and walking around Bourbon.
And you guys are coming to Virginia. He's getting ready to perform, right?
It is, yeah. I think August 7th. Yeah, in a couple weeks. So that'll be a lot of fun.
You know what would be cool is maybe if we could have like a lucky winner, maybe you could ask him if we could do something where like a lucky winner could like come to the show and meet him and kind of go up front or something like that. We'll do a Facebook contest. Do you think he'd be up for doing something like that? One of our lucky listeners to do that? I'm sure you could do some special favors to talk him into doing it. Don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we'll do. We'll do a Facebook contest, and we'll have you comment if that's something you want to meet him, and maybe we'll have him sign something, But okay, one more question and then we'll get into it. What is your favorite song on his album? I know he has an album called Home State, and there's some rumors that a few of those songs are about you. Is that true?
There's a couple on there. They're definitely not all about me, even though I'm sure you could twist any of them to make it. I think Leaving New Orleans is one of both of our favorite songs. It's just a really neat, really cool song. We love New Orleans. It's a city where we met. It has so much character, and we love the food and atmosphere. So I'd say that's probably one of my favorites. The other song that is obviously a favorite of mine and has to be is Made That Way, which is written about me and all my quirks. And it's just sweet to hear him say it in a different way. And obviously he tells me he loves me and things that make him laugh, but to hear it put into words and it's, I don't know, maybe I should be embarrassed about some of the things that it says about me, but it's also kind of sweet. So.
Oh, that is so sweet. Yeah. Well, I could catch up on your life all day, but this podcast is called Waste Away, and my listeners really want to know how you look so amazing. So they want to stand up so they can all see what a perfect body you have.
I'm in my office, so I don't know what you're going to see here.
But look what look at her. She's absolutely perfect. But you know, I asked you to come on the show today because I do consider you someone who's a thin eater. You have been, I mean, for every bit of the time that I've known you, that you have you ever been heavy?
I mean, as a teenager, I went through kind of an awkward, heavier phase. But no, I mean, I've always been what I think people would call like a regular, normal to thin size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I haven't seen your weight really fluctuate up or down. You seem to consistently look stunning every time I see you.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I mean, it has fluctuated. I'm probably heavier now than I've been in most of my adult life, but I'm also over 30 now, so it's different. But I also work out 6 days a week, so I don't feel heavier. I mean, on a scale, I would say I am, but I feel healthier than the last probably 5 years. I've felt healthier than I have before ever before in my life. So I think it just depends on how much you're working out and what you're eating and what you're putting in your body. But I mean, I've generally always had a thinner frame.
So describe a typical day for me. So like, when do you eat your first meal and when do you eat your last meal? And what do you typically eat when you eat?
Yeah. So I am, as I mentioned, I work from home. So I have flexibility, but I find that I still need a schedule for myself. So I wake up every morning at 5:30 and go to the gym at 6. I usually don't eat. I almost never eat anything before. Sometimes I'll do a pre-workout, but I'm not really.
I can't work out. I can't eat anything or drink anything besides water when I work out.
Usually I have a half of a bottle of water on my way to the gym and that's it. So I'm home by 7:15, 7:30 at the latest. And I have a protein shake the minute I walk in the door. So it's like my first real calories for the day usually.
And what does that protein shake look like? Like, is it you make it yourself or?
I actually use a carb-free protein powder and I just do that in water. I don't put any fruit in it. I'm not like a smoothie person really. I'm just like, give me the straight protein and as little calories as I need to put in it in my body. Okay. So it's
and you don't mind the taste of it? Because I can't taste, like those things are disgusting to me.
I've had to throw full boxes of it away before because I've gotten some really disgusting ones. I tried a pea protein once that was really awful. But this one that I recently found is really good. It's vanilla, like French vanilla flavor, and I can stomach it enough to get it down. And I make it as small as possible. It's like 8 ounces of water and then the protein powder, and take 3 big gulps and it's gone. Gotcha. So I do that usually before 7:30 in the morning. And then a lot of times I wait until I'll like make coffee and then like do stuff around the house, clean up, whatever I need to do, shower. And then I'll usually make breakfast around 9-ish, 8:39, depending on what my workday looks like and when it starts. I am a big kind of breakfast person. That's like, to me, the most important meal of the day. And then, so I usually load up there. I do probably 2 eggs usually. And then I'll have some sort of a protein. A lot of times it's a chicken sausage or a piece of bacon. I have a friend that just opened a butcher shop, so he makes really good breakfast sausage. So I've been eating that a lot recently. If I'm really famished or I had a really hard workout, I'll eat like a half of an avocado or something with it. But I have like a good fulsome breakfast. And then really that holds me over most of the day. I mean, by that point, I've had a fair amount of protein at that point in the day between the protein shake and breakfast. So I a lot of times sometimes skip lunch. If it's anything, it's often something quick and left over out of my fridge. But lunch is not a meal I focus on. If I'm
and then you move to dinner. And what does dinner look like for you?
Yeah, so I love to grill. My husband loves to grill. So if he's home, we're almost always doing a protein on the grill, a chicken or a lean steak or something, seafood, and then really like a vegetable and probably a side salad. We don't do a lot of starches, don't do a lot of carbs. We pretty much eat at home. I would say 90% of the time we eat paleo. Really just a lot of veggies and meat for dinner. And then every once in a while we throw in some starches. But yeah, it's usually pretty simple. Last night we cooked a ribeye and we split it, and I made sauteed zucchini and onions, and I made a salad, and that was dinner. Nothing fancy, but lots of flavor, and we use a lot of seasoning around here, but try to keep the ingredients simple.
Yeah. So, as you know, when I interviewed all these women, I would say 70% of the women that I interviewed that have been thin their whole life, they don't go on these crazy diets, they stay the same weight, they basically eat 2 meals a day. And, most of them, I would say the huge majority of them would skip breakfast, they would eat lunch, and then they would eat dinner. And then some of the majority would just have a snack and then just have dinner. Like they would literally just eat 1 meal a day, like a big meal. And then a small percentage did like you, where they really just lunch wasn't important. Maybe they had a little snack, a few almonds or something here or there, but for the most part, they ate a meal at breakfast. They didn't eat lunch. So however you sliced it, they just ate those 2 meals, whether it was breakfast and dinner or lunch and dinner, or maybe they just had 1 meal and it was dinner. So I think it's interesting that because truthfully, if you want to stay thin and if you just look at calories, if you're dividing those calories up into just twice, you can eat more, right? You can eat bigger amounts at those times, and you can be a little bit less lax. But if you're eating the, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snacks, obviously, you got to eat way less, and you got to really be obsessed with, how much you're eating, because you've got all these different meals. So tell us, what does your exercise routine look like? You said that you work out in the morning. Like, what kind of workout are you doing?
Yeah, I did CrossFit for about 4 or 5 years, and I quit about 18 months ago. I was just kind of plateauing. I thought, I'm not a bodybuilder. I never will be. My body is not meant to do that. So I was just ready. I was missing cardio and looking for something to change it up right before we got married. So I joined a gym in Nashville. It's called Shed Group Fitness, and it's all group fitness classes. So it's high intensity circuit training, basically. It's similar to an Orange Theory or Barry's Boot Camp, those types of other popular right now. Yeah. And we have both of those here. I've actually never done either. I had a friend who was doing Shed, and I went and tried it, and I loved it. And so every day is different. Mondays are upper body day. Tuesday is leg day. I went this morning and almost died. And then Wednesday we do arms and abs. Thursday is usually very cardio driven. It's just like go for an hour until you can't go anymore. And then Friday and Saturday are full body workouts. So they can be a mix of everything. And on Sundays, a lot of times Sunday is my quote unquote rest day, but they do a full body kind of quick circuit workout where you do 30 stations for a minute a piece. So it's a little different than our normal. Usually do 5 longer stations. So 5-minute stations up to 5, 7, or 8-minute stations. So the workouts can vary from 30 minutes to 40 minutes.
So do you feel
almost exclusively.
Do you feel like, since you are married to Jordan, do you feel like you have more pressure to, have the perfect body? You know what I mean? Because you're doing some traveling. How much are you traveling with him?
I travel. I mean, right now.
Are you coming to Virginia Beach? Are you coming to Virginia Beach?
Yeah,
okay, great. Yeah.
Beach, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Work full time still, so I don't travel a ton. When I do, it's usually on the weekends. I usually, like this past weekend, I flew up to Chicago on Friday afternoon or Friday morning and met him there, and then went to the show Friday and Saturday, and we were back in Nashville on Sunday morning. So usually it's weekend travel right now, just because my work schedule is, I work from home, but I'm a lot less productive when I'm on the bus.
Sure.
So when I'm on the road, working out is certainly harder. You definitely have to be more dedicated to it. Jordan's great about it. He loves working out too. So he finds a Planet Fitness or, the gym at whatever venue they're at. So he's good at that. And then I've bought a couple of kind of on the road workout things. I bought some like resistance bands and things like that are easy to pack in my luggage that I can kind of do anywhere.
Like a Thigh Master.
Like a shake weight or something. Yeah. So I try to be good, but it's certainly a little harder on the road to be committed.
Hey guys, I'm so excited that my new book, Waste Away, The Chantel Ray Way, is now available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and pretty much anywhere you can find books. But we also have the audiobook, the ebook, and my new recipe book that you can download all the recipes that I love that I make, and it's super cheap. It's all my favorites. Anyway, if you have a minute to write a review on Amazon, I would be ever grateful. So are there any foods for you that are completely off limits, or do you just say everything in moderation? Like if I want this, I'm going to have it? Or do you say, you know what? This kind of makes me not feel good, or I don't feel good when I eat this, so I just really try to stay away from this.
Yeah.
How do you...
I don't have anything that I 100% stay away from anymore. I'm not on any particular diet right now. I mentioned that I've done paleo before and I've tried keto, but really just to kind of see what they do to my body. I have found, especially from paleo, that I'm pretty sure I don't have any food allergies. So I have some sensitivities, I think. But there's nothing that I totally cut out. I'm kind of the more, at this point in my life, everything in moderation. Last night I really wanted ice cream and I got some Talenti and it was delicious. But I won't have ice cream again for a month. So no, we don't eat out a lot unless we're on the road. And I kind of feel like we know that there are so many times when we do have to eat out that when Jordan and I are in town, we're cooking dinner. Right. It's very rare that we go out to dinner really, unless it's a special occasion or we're going out with friends.
Right.
So it's really more for me just about moderation and not about being so hard on myself.
Right. Awesome. So one of Jordan's songs talks about a girl that drinks vodka sodas with 2 lemons. Is this you? Is this really your favorite drink?
Yeah, that's me. That's the song I was mentioning earlier, Made That Way. It's about all the funny things that I do. But yes,
And what alcohol do you put with that when you have that drink?
Usually I drink Tito's. It's good. It's reliable. Everybody has it. It's gluten-free.
So do you would you say that for the most part you do try to eat gluten-free?
Yeah, I'd say I'm like 50-50. At home, I'm gluten-free. I don't have anything with gluten in my house probably at this minute. But sometimes every once in a while, I'll crave a pizza and we'll do that. But I'm fairly gluten-free most of the time.
Gotcha. It's funny because I don't drink very often, but if I do, I actually drink Tito's with soda water with 5 lemons, 5 limes squeezed with the lemons and limes taken out. So my husband, whenever I'm about to order my drink, he's just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, can I get a Tito's and vodka with 5 lemons, 5 limes, squeezed fully with all the lemons and limes taken out? He's like, Lord have mercy.
Like a lemon limeade.
Yeah, it's so good. And then if I'm really getting crazy, I'll say a mini splash of cranberry. Literally like a splash.
Yeah. If I'm getting crazy, I'm having a martini. That's my if I want a little bit more than a vodka soda, I'll have a martini.
So what would you say is your favorite like, so I'll give you an example for me. I love this thing called Veggie Go-Go's, and they're amazing. They're like 20 calories and like 2 grams of sugar. And it's just dried fruit that's made with like spinach and berries. And I think it's delicious. It's like almost like a fruit roll up. If anyone's interested, go to chantelrayway.com and go to Things I Love. And that will be a picture of that will be on there. I love those things. So for you, what would be something like that you go, here's something that like I absolutely love. I feel like I'm really eating something when it's like 20 calories and barely any sugar. What are some things like that you love?
I mean, I love raw vegetables. So like if I have carrots or celery in my house, I'll just eat them raw. I mean, if I really like want something a little bit more indulgent, I'll have some peanut butter on them or something. But I love just raw vegetables. So like I'm a fairly simple snack eater. I love almonds too. Like I always have a bag of almonds in my office and in my kitchen and probably in my bedroom, like anywhere there's almonds everywhere. So those, like, I keep it pretty simple. I like to have stuff that can just be around and I don't have to think about it. I'll usually go for the raw vegetables. If I have that in my house, that's typically where I'd go.
So in my book, I talk about a hunger scale, and I talk about 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so 0 means like you're absolutely ravenously hungry. A 1 is that you are really, really, really hungry. Your stomach has growled. And then, the scale kind of moves up. And 5 obviously is like Thanksgiving Day full. Like you're so full. Yeah. And then what would you say, like on the hunger scale, do you wait until you're like beyond hungry, or do you wait and go, no, I wait until my stomach growls and I'm definitely hungry before I eat. But I don't get myself, like one of the girls that I interviewed for my book, she said, when I'm trying to lose weight, she said, I love to like wait till my stomach starts growling. And then she's like, if I'm trying to lose weight, I just I don't eat. Like I see my stomach growling, and she's like, I almost can like feel the fat coming off of my, you know what I mean? Like my body's like eating its fat. And she's like, I love it. Like, she's like, that's when I really know I'm doing something. So, and then we've had different people that say, look, I really try not to get myself to that point where I'm really, really hungry. I have 3 or 4 almonds and, 30 minutes before I eat. Do you have anything like that for you? Like, how do you feel about that?
I would say I usually, especially because I'm kind of a morning and evening eater, in the morning when I'm back from the gym, I am usually like probably a 1 or a 0, even a 0 on a hard day. Like I'm starving at that point and I need to eat. And usually that protein shake that I have will subside that enough where I can be a normal amount of hunger, because I don't think it's a good idea for me to eat when I am a 0, because then I just, whatever's in sight, I'm taking it. So I try to probably hover in like the 1 or like almost like a 1.5. Like I want to be hungry, but I don't want to be starving when I eat. For that reason, I just think I'll overeat. And because I do typically have something small in the afternoon, I'm Central Time, it's 1:30 here. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast at 9 o'clock. So I can feel my stomach start to growling. I probably will go upstairs and like have some lettuce, and I made a salad last night and I have like probably a half of a portion left over. So I'll probably eat that this afternoon in like the next hour. So I try not to get all the way to a 0. For me, I think then I would go back to the ice cream and look and try to fill that void. But I do try to drink a ton of water, and I think that helps too. And especially when I'm starting to feel hungry, I'm like, okay, have another big cup of water. And then see if you're still really that hungry. Yeah.
So what would you say is the best piece of beauty advice or beauty secrets that you've ever been given, that you're like anything that you can think of that you say? It's funny because I have a girl that her name's Venus, and I see her at Nordstrom's, and I go to see her for makeup. And like every time I go, she teaches me something new. Like this week she was like, okay, what we need to do is she's like, I don't recommend wearing, eyeliner underneath your eyes. But she said, if you are going to do it, whatever your eyeliner up at the top has to be double than whatever you put at the bottom. So like, I was like, oh, wow, I never knew that. But just anything like beauty advice or beauty secrets, what would you say? Like, these are kind of some of my tips that I do and think little secrets that you know.
Yeah. Well, I think my number one thing is sleep. Like I have to have a good amount of sleep every night. And I think
sleep every night.
I mean, I would prefer to sleep like 8 or 9 hours, but that's not always reality. But I would say on average, I'm getting between 6 and 7. I wake up every morning around 5:30, but I try to be like winding down around 9. And it didn't happen. I picked up my husband last night from rehearsal at 11. So, we ate dinner at 11 p.m. and I was in bed at midnight. So, that was, things like that happen. But most nights I'm kind of on the couch watching TV or reading a book at 9:30. So to me, sleep is really important. I think it gives me mental clarity, helps with everything. The other piece of advice that maybe everyone's probably been given at one point is to wash your face. Like I never go to bed at night without washing my face. Whether I've had too many glasses of wine or I'm too tired, I find the 30 seconds to wash my face, even if it means I'm just using one of those makeup wipes to get the makeup off.
Right.
Just making sure I do that. I think I've been blessed with naturally acne-free skin, but if I feel like I owe it to myself to spend that 30 seconds a day to make sure that it stays that way. And then my last thing is I never leave home without lipstick. I'm sitting at my office desk and I have some right here. I never go anywhere without lipstick. And that's something I just kind of started doing the last, probably 4 or 5 years. I didn't used to be that way, but now I just feel like it changes, makes me feel put together.
That's awesome. So what are some of your favorite beauty products? Like if you said, these are my favorite things that help me looking my best, what would you say those are?
I have switched all my skincare pretty much to Revisions. I love their products. Some of them are a little expensive, but most of them have a great price point. So I've loved.
Where do you buy that from?
So my dermatologist sells it. I buy it on Overstock sometimes. I bought my face wash last time on Overstock and it was $10 cheaper than buying it anywhere else. So you can buy it on Amazon and all those places too, but my dermatologist is the one that suggested it and she sells it in her office.
Awesome.
But they have a great face wash. They've got a great charcoal mask, just a lot of great, easy to use everyday products. So I love all of their stuff. Let's see, with my other go-to beauty products, I've been using, this falls in that category, I guess. I've been using Xenogen, which is a hair growth. It's it's a shampoo and conditioner product. It's actually based in Nashville and it's supposed to help your hair breakage stop. And so your hair should then grow longer. So I've been on that for 2 or 3 months because I really want my hair to be long and grow like a mermaid. So I've started using that recently. And then, like I said, lipstick, I never leave home usually without NARS Rose Cliff is my favorite, but I lost it this weekend somewhere on the road. So I need to get to Sephora this week and buy a new one. And that's probably my number one piece of makeup.
Awesome.
And yeah.
What about supplements and vitamins or minerals? Do you take something every day or what is that for you? What does that look like?
So like I said, I do the protein shake and then sometimes I do the pre-workout. So I guess those kind of fall in that category. But the only other thing I take religiously every day is a biotin and hair, nail, and skin vitamin. It's VitaFusion, I think. I buy them at Target and they're chewable and they do have a lot of carbs. So when I was doing keto, I couldn't take them. But I have found that that's been the only vitamin that I've seen actual results from in my hair, skin, and nails in the biotin world. Altogether, I've tried all the biotin supplements there are. But that's really the only thing I'm taking right now. I mean, I take a multivitamin, like a women's health multivitamin, but nothing else really crazy.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Kristen, thanks so much for joining us today. This was so much fun, and I cannot wait. So tell everyone, what is the date of the concert?
Oh, yeah. So Jordan will be playing at the 31st Street stage down in Virginia Beach on August 7th. I believe it's a Tuesday. So it's a free show, so I'm sure it's going to be wild and crazy. All my family's going to be there. So, but yeah, we'll be down there.
That is so exciting. So what we'll do is maybe what we can do is maybe get someone, can we do a meet and greet with like one lucky person and maybe he'll sign something? All right. So if you are a big Jordan Davis fan, just like I am, then I'd love for you to just go on, comment below, and we can do a little quick meet and greet with him, and you can meet Kristen herself and see how gorgeous she is in person. And I cannot wait to see you. So we'll see you then. And thanks again for being on. All right. Bye-bye. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and just as a reminder, if you have a question that you want answered, go to questions@chantelrayway.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.